Hello, this is Mark Wildman of Wildman Athletica, and today we will be discussing our mace sword flare swing. For this, we will be holding our mace in our sword grip. Our sword grip is going to be held all the way, fingers all the way around. No half grip, no fingers sticking off. Close your hand all the way around. You can close your thumb over the top, but that depends on the size of your mace handle. This exercise is fairly simple. It is a connection exercise that we need to work on in isolation so that we can put it into greater, more complex movement patterns later. What we are going to do is we are going to start with our arm at 90 degrees. Upper arm vertical, lower arm generally parallel to the ground, looking for a 90-degree angle so that our wrist can be in good position. If our wrist is up, our wrist is going to be in bad position and the globe is going to interfere with the bone as we try to do this flare. From here, facing straight ahead, we are going to externally rotate our arm, basically mimicking a shoulder rehab exercise, keeping this 90-degree angle and putting our elbow on our body. The tip of our mace is going to go away from us, so that we can do a flare spin. This is a sword flare. People who do martial arts will recognize this. Everybody who does Chinese broadsword or Kali will recognize this. The difference is we're not doing it so much with our wrist. We can do it just with our wrist, but because this is heavier, we are going to drag our elbow into the movement. Our elbow is going to come forward as we do this rotation. The tip is moving away, the elbow is coming in front of us. Reset that. Tip move away, elbow goes in front. We want this to be a flat line away from our body. We don't want it to be pointed forward. We don't want it to be pointed back. Straight parallel to our body here. We're going to swing it all the way around and come back to our neutral position. Get it up, drop the tip down. Here is the hard part. Swing it all the way around, pull it over. Swing flare, stop. Swing flare, stop. Swing flare, stop. Swing flare, stop. I am trying to keep all my fingers on it the whole time. With a lighter weight or a lighter mace, you can drop some fingers off and do it more with just the wrist. I consider these two separate things. We're doing the technique that we want to do with a heavier and heavier and heavier mace. Keeping the wrist strong by keeping all your fingers on the weight and moving from the elbow and the shoulder. Let's show it to you directly from the side. Externally rotate the arm. The elbow is going to move towards the front plane of our body, and we are going to bring it back to straight vertical. 2, 3, 4, 5. Next up, let's show it to you on both sides, because most people need to see things on both sides in order to learn effectively. Hand pointed straight ahead, sword grip, arm at our 90-degree angle. Externally rotate, keeping the elbow on the body. The tip moves away from us. As the tip moves away from us, our palm faces our body. Palm facing forward, palm facing our body. Drop the tip, bring it all the way around. Palm faces our body. Drop the tip, bring it all the way around. Mace, handle parallel to the ground, palm facing our body. Drop the tip, bring it all the way around. The stop is the hard part. Demonstrating control is generally annoying. This is a very intense arm exercise and a lot of this upper chest to stabilize and control the rotation of the shoulder. "90-degree angle in the arm. This is important. Elbow on the body. If your elbow is out, this is going to get a lot harder and more annoying with heavier weights. You can do anything with a lightweight, but with heavy weights, making sure you're in precise control is very, very, very important. 90 degrees, externally rotate, tip moving towards the camera, palm facing my body, drop the tip, bring it all the way around. You'll notice as I go through this movement, my elbow is sticking out. My elbow was down here. As the tip came down, my palm faced my body. My elbow translated all the way up to get the tip into this hanging position, and then I rotated, bringing the elbow back to the hip. So think about the elbow moving forward and back to the hip, moving forward and back to the hip. There are two versions of this. This version is going away from our body at the top. We're defining the movement from the top of the order position. Tip moves away. There are movements that move back towards you, but they are much harder. Let's start with this one. Take it, plug it into your mace practice. A minute on your weak hand first, a minute on your strong hand after. The weak hand is always the hard one.